Hello, today I am back with my character pivotal decision series where I take a life-altering decision that a character in a book made and I change that decision for them and I let you know where they would have ended up had they made a different decision. And so for today's video, I will be doing Lily Bloom from It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. So if any of you have seen the movie or read the book, you know that of the evening of Lily's father's funeral, she goes up to a rooftop when she goes back home to Boston. And that is where she meets Ryle. And because she meets Ryle, she ends up in a volatile relationship that she didn't need to be in.
No, please. Just please, hey, stop, please. Baby, stop. Stop.
You want me to stop?
No. Hey, stop it. Stop it.
So in my version of the story, when Ryle comes up to the rooftop and starts kicking that chair around, it triggers Lily and it makes her think of her childhood where her father was abusive towards her mother. And the first thing she does is get out of there. And so we fast forward 6 months later, where she's opening up her flower shop and she meets Alyssa.
I find flower shops depressing. It's just me.
When she's on top of those crates and she falls and Alyssa calls Marshall to the shop, when Ryle shows up and he's working on her ankle, she remembers Ryle. And when he tries to make a pass at her,
Looks like we will be seeing a little more of each other then.
she rebuffs him and she's like, no, it's not happening. I remember this guy. He's got an anger problem. I don't want nothing to do with him. And so eventually, as time passes, her and Alyssa do end up becoming friends. And over this course of time, Ryle is still showing up and he is still trying to get with Lily. However, she's not trying to have it. And also she's got Alyssa in her ear telling her to stay away from her brothers.
But as your best friend, Lily, if you take him back, I will never speak to you again.
And that compounds things and she stays away from Ryle. And eventually, Lily and her mother do make their way to Bib, to the restaurant that Atlas owns. And so when she runs into Atlas at this time, there's no Ryle.
So, you can look me up sometime or...
Well, I gotta,
Yeah.
I'm working, so.
Okay, get out of here.
I'm gonna go. All right.
Okay.
And so her and Atlas are able to continue their relationship from when they were teenagers. It does take a while for them to get back into the swing of things, but there's still history there. And eventually they're able to push past that. They eventually move in with each other. And so when that article comes out in the Boston Times about the 50 best new businesses in Boston, they are celebrating together and they decide that maybe it's time to take things to the next step and they get married. And then they end up becoming this power couple of Boston and they decide that maybe it's time to bring a baby into the world. And they have their own baby and they name her Lyra after the star constellation. And so now that Lily is in a good place in her life and she's happy with her relationship and she's happy with her mother and she's proud of this new baby, she does decide to go to her father's gravesite. And let him know that even though her childhood may have not been the one that she would have desired, that in spite of him, she became a better person. So usually in these little pivotal decision series, when I change a decision that a character makes, it usually goes kind of towards a dark side. But I really couldn't see that for Lily because she already had her dark side. And I wanted to kind of give her a happy ending without dealing with the trauma that she dealt with by the hands of Ryle, because she didn't deserve that. She had enough of that growing up. And I wanted to give her something a little better. But I know usually in stories, we need that conflict to make it good, but I didn't want her to have that. So let me know, which version did you like better? Mine, where Lily ends up with a whole happily ever after, or the little seductive push and pull that her and Ryle had in Colleen Hoover's version?